Yeah. If you have questions, if you want to, ask any questions, you can unmute yourself and we can talk about it. We can talk about that right now. Give me a second. Let me just quickly get my bearings right. Quick thing I want to touch on. So the people that traded Bitcoin, I hope you guys are happy. Bitcoin is now touching new highs, making things moving. Things are moving great. So in regards to that, I hope you're making sufficient amount of profit on your trades, because quite frankly, man, it's beautiful. My mic is echoing. Oh, hold on a second. Let me check. Thank you. Hold on. Okay. It should be fine now, I hope, because I just switched it over. I switched the sound card off and I switched it back on. All right. 2 seconds, please. So let me share later. Okay, guys. So we were looking at Bitcoin last week, and what's it called? And some other assets. I can't remember which other asset we're looking at. Okay, it's good for you. Thank you, Aslan. I can't remember which other asset we've been looking at, but we looked at Bitcoin last week, and we looked at a few other assets last week. Quite frankly, I'm not even keeping tabs of how many things we looked at anymore, because there's so much things going through my week, so I'm kind of juggling a lot of stuff. I think I'm having a little bit of connectivity issue with the website right now. It was working perfectly fine before I came on Zoom, but for some random reason, it's finding it difficult to load, because I was just literally right on it. Now it's getting, okay, my bad. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just fix this. I think I know where the issue is at. I'm getting errors from the website, but I think I know where the problem is coming from. There is most likely maintenance going on. Hold on. Let me just, apologies for this, guys. Let me just quickly figure out where the problem is coming from the website, so I can rectify that right now. Okay. Let me just see if this will make any changes. Okay, let me see if this makes any changes. If I can get the website to work right now, I think we're just going to have a question and answer session, because for some random reason, it isn't loading on my screen. And I am not sure why. I think I knew what the problem was, but from where I'm looking at right now, it's like I'm not sure where the problem is coming from. Here we go. Apologies. I think, yeah. So close. Everything was fine up until a moment ago. So yeah, what's happening is we having a massive influx of traffic on the website. And sometimes that slows the connectivity down, and that's my bad. I didn't see that coming, quite frankly. So please give me a moment. Let me gather everything back in and to check. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good to go. So we looked at Bitcoin and we looked at a few other assets last week, and I must say I'm quite happy with the results of Bitcoin so far. I know a few of you might have traded Bitcoin, and I know some of you have had some results with it. I've seen certain people's results, and I must say I am truly impressed. I've seen people grow their account, and it's quite ridiculous, because I've seen people grow from 0.01. They took trades of 0.01, and with that trade, they made quite a sufficient amount of money with the 0.01 trade. It's quite ridiculous. I didn't think, 0.01 could make that amount of money. I've seen 0.01 up to $1,000, when they're trading that. And to me, it's just ridiculous, right? It's totally ridiculous to make about $1,000 from trading 0.01 lot size on Bitcoin. It's just out of this world. So, and then you might imagine keeping it at 0.10 or trading one lot. One lot will give you over 100 grand. Now, personally, I'm not saying how much I've made from the trades because I've stopped posting, how much I make, because I don't want to give kind of like illusion to people. So, but I'm proud of, I'm proud of you guys. You've done super amazing in your trades. And, I think I need to give you guys a great clap. So bringing it back to what I've said before, I've tried to keep this as simple as possible. We want to trade just when we need to. We don't want to trade every single time, right? You don't need to take trades every single time. If you're going to trade once, twice, maybe once, twice a month is beautiful. You don't have to take every single opportunity. The ones you're taking, so far they're giving you more than enough money, you're perfectly fine. One trade giving you over 100,000, beautiful. One trade giving you over 10,000, beautiful. You don't need to stress. Rather than having 100 trades, which makes you 2,000, you can have one trade that makes you 10,000. So that way you have time. You have time to do so many more things that you want to do in life. Life is meant to be enjoyed, right? So that being said, is there any asset anybody wants me to check out today before I go in and start looking at what we should trade and what we shouldn't trade this week? Okay, is there anything anybody wants me to look at first? So I want to start with that. Then I do okay, I'll do this thing. Gold. Okay, let's check gold first then. No problem. I go with whatever it is. Just throw it at me. I check it one after the other. So that way I know what you're looking, you want me to look. So rather than me doing a full scope analysis, right? First things first, gold, we see short on the COT report. If we go to seasonality, let's see what seasonality has to show us in regards to gold. If we get that same short coming on seasonality, then gold might be a trade that we might want to look into, right? So today is the 24th. So, right. Gold might be dropping from the 29th. So if we look at this, gold is not ripe until Friday, right? Friday will be a very, very good time to trade gold. But look at this. Look at this. You see this drop coming on Friday that's going to last up until right here, until the 3rd. Guess what? The COT report is already reflecting that. So if that COT report is already reflecting that, most likely what we're going to see is gold dropping from this zone. Somewhere around here, dropping further. I don't know, maybe even gold might even go beyond, but this pin bar right here tells me most likely gold might consolidate a little bit, then drop further. If gold drops further, hopefully it gets to this level, which from this box is about 765 pips, or drops to this level, which is about 1,123 pips. Aslan, beautiful call from you. This is a very amazing, beautiful trade if it's going according to plan. So let's check the last thing. So Friday is the day that is giving us for entry, right? Right here, ideally, right here, 29th will be an ideal time for entry, and 29th is on Friday. So what we can also do is check the probability for the 29th and then see if we have that alignment. If we do have that alignment, then gold might be a go for us. So on the 29th, though, what we can see here is we have a buy. We have a higher probability of going on a buy. So 29 might not be good to trade gold, right? And November 1st, we go 50-50, 57%, 60. All of this is stating buy. So for that reason alone, I wouldn't want to touch gold, right? The main reason I won't touch gold is because of the probability report doesn't give me something smooth to go on with. If it gives me a higher chance of going down, which is sell, I will do it. But with this, it's not giving me enough conviction to actually go for the sell. But nevertheless, if you're an experienced trader and you know what you're doing and you know exactly how to trade it, you already have the COT report backing you, and you have the seasonality backing you, I see no reason what's stopping you to go in. But because I want to keep everything PG, I want to keep everything, a little bit fresh for the guys. I know a lot of people have a smaller account, so I want to keep that fresh. So I would say if you're not quite experienced with the market, if you're not too sure with the market, don't trade gold. let it go. We'll find a better opportunity that is stable. But if you have some experience and you know exactly what you're doing, this might be a good asset to look into to sell, right? Come on the 29th. And you can hold that trade up until right here, maximum time, the 3rd. So you have, it's quite a weekend. So you literally can hold it from Friday up until Wednesday for the sell. Now, keep in mind, a little bit of disclosure. If you're new or if you're not fully comfortable or if you're still making losses in your trade, do not trade this. If you're consistently making profit, you can take the risk because you already have profit to mitigate this risk of this trade. Okay, so that's one. All right, so we've looked at gold. GBP USD will be next. Right, let's see GBP USD. I think that will be it for now. Let's not take any other trade. Let's not look at any other trade. You guys don't need to call any other trade for me. I think we have quite a few right here. So I'm going to go in this order. I'm going to go GBP USD, Nasdaq, and I'm going to look at USD JPY. Then someone says you look at JPY. I'll do all of that. And then if we have some more time, I will just look at little bits and pieces. Right. The main reason I had this done first is because I've already wasted some time at the start of the session, and I want to keep this at 40 minutes sharp. Okay, so let's go to GBP USD, right? So there's two ways to look at this, right? To look at this trade right now. GBP USD. Let's first look at the COT report. Right, let's see the USD COT report and let's see the GBP COT report. What we want to see, either one of them giving us a good amount of fluctuation. So they're taking a lot of position away from their buying power, investing in the short powers. So what that would do is there's a massive momentum. If you've taken off, if you're doing a tug, you know, if you're doing tug of war and someone is pulling at the other hand and then someone from that hand let go and you pulled with a little bit of force, there's most likely going to be, you know, more direction going towards the short side. Now let's see the USD. I ideally want to see this going long. They pulled a little bit of position out of the long side and added a little bit to the short side. USD doesn't really add much, but overall, when you look at it, it kind of stays similar. You know, there's not much going on with that. So I can go with the seasonality chart of the GBP to see what's happening right now. Let's see what the seasonality chart of GBP is saying. Now, from the get-go, seeing GBP is looking like see if it wants to go long, you know, from the 23rd to 25th. And then there isn't much alignment with the GBP side of things. Even though we know that they're selling short, we can't see that clear short coming. You know, we cannot see it coming. So therefore, we should be more patient. That short might be for this date right here, for the 31st at the end of the month, you know, and that's literally next week's trade, you know. So if we see on the next Tuesday's COT report, if we see the more shorts coming into play, then next week, so we're already in a new week. So next week we'll be trading short on GBP from the 31st or first, anyone first. So that would be the way to go around the GBP asset. Okay, so GBP USD, that doesn't mean though that, you know what, I'm just going to let this slide. What we can do on the other hand is check the USD seasonality and see how the USD seasonality plays out. If the USD seasonality is playing out perfectly, like showing a lot of bullish, then we can actually still trade this against the GBP. So we see the bullish coming, but that comes from about the 29th, which is Friday, right? So on the 29th, on Friday, we can see most likely GBP USD might go down, right? Because USD seems to be going up on that 29th, and then GBP most likely will go down. But let's just revalidate that with a COT report, right? So let's see what the COT report shows us in regards to this. So on the 29th, we see GBP going buy. You know, it's going long. We don't want that. We want GBP going short. So let's see from the first, we have that 1 day of short, but then we have the buy, then we have 50-50, then short. Now, because of it's not straight, I want 3 days straight. The main reason I have 3 days is because if the first day fell, the second day possibility of the second day failing is lower, and the possibility of the third day failing is much lower. So if at all price fails on the first or the second day, by the third day we have a massive dump, recovering whatever you've traded with if you've gone the opposite direction. But we don't see that here, so which deems GBP USD not safe to trade. Okay, so personally for me, I wouldn't even touch this at all. I wouldn't even try to risk it. I'll wait for next week to see a more compiling of data in regards to the GBP. Maybe they're selling a little bit more on the GBP on the COT report, or buying a little bit more on the USD. Then I can call it a higher risk trade and trade it. But because of the way it is right now, the variable of the probability does not look good. So I will let that slide. Let's check Nasdaq. Bro, you like Nasdaq so much. I think that thing gives you money secretly. I might need to holler at you on that one. You know, maybe we can share some of that, you know, that revenue. All right. Nasdaq. Let's see what we got up for this one. So the challenge with Nasdaq is this, right? I don't really trade this every time. We don't have the probability data for this, and we don't have the COT for this. So there is so little I can really say in regards to this, you know. So this is one of them ones that's kind of like typically flying blind kind of trade. So you have to be very careful however you trade this. So today's 24th, tomorrow's 25th. So 25th, we most likely might see there's a disconnect with this one, because 48 years is showing down and 5 years is showing buy, 15 years is showing buy. So what I'll do is I would wait on the Nasdaq till about the 28th. 28 will be my entry for a buy. Right now, I'll watch it. It's most likely going to consolidate or do whatever it needs to do. I won't touch it. On the 28th, I will come in on the 28th for the buy. Right, so $28 buy. All right, so on the 28th, I'm going to come in for the buy on that. But keep in mind, this is going to be a super high risk trade because there's only the seasonality, you know, for this one. So that's how that one goes. But I like the way you're smiling. I can send you my account number. You know, we can share some of that stacks. All right. The next thing we look at is the USD JPY. Let's see what USD JPY is saying. Now, we've already seen what the USD probability COT report looks like. The JPY, though, we haven't seen yet. So let's see what the JPY report looks like. Okay, let me see. So JPY looks like a massive buy is going on in the COT report. And if we check this, you can see that's a very massive increase. That's a massive jump right there. Now, the problem here that I can just think of ASAP is looking at the USD seasonality. I can see USD is also going by. It's going long, right? Now you have two conflict buddies playing. Now, if the JPY is going long from, let's say, 25th, I can still risk it to 29th. But on 29th, I'll have to let go, hands-free, you know, and come out of the trade. So, well, let's keep our fingers crossed. If we can see JPY going long from now to about 29th, we should be perfectly okay in regards to that. Of course, we need the backing of the probability to confirm this. And lo and behold, what we can see is not good. I mean, 23rd, it looks like that, but this is too choppy for me. It looks more like a consolidation. It's not sure what it wants to do. But when you look here, though, see this right here, this 29 right here, I can tell these guys are rushing in their last pump for these assets. They're rushing in their last pump for the JPY, trying to get whatever it is they're trying to get right here. Just that last bit of boost that they can get. And after that, most likely JPY is going to dump. So this would be a good trade to come back to on Friday, most likely, to come back to on Friday to see the new COT report and see what JPY is saying. We want to see if JPY is dumping on Friday, because the report will be released on Friday. So the Tuesday report will be released on Friday. So if we see that dump on Friday, then what we can do is take that trade against the JPY and sell off. So in regards to USD JPY, we will be buying. But for right now, this doesn't correlate, because where we're at right now in time, we can see JPY seems to consolidate on the 5 years, on the 15 years seems to be rising, and on the 40 years seems to also be rising. But I don't like that. I want all three to correlate and be in perfect sync, because it's in that synchronicity where money get made. I'm gonna mute. Guys, don't forget to mute yourself. Someone's mic is scripting it. All right. So thank you. So basically what will happen is JPY on Friday, we're gonna come in to see what's gonna happen. And this is where I encourage people to have at least a seasonality membership, so you can see what's happening on Friday, to come and reanalyze the market. So what I can also do is, in regards to this, we can also check the JPY against the USD just to give us a warm up what's happening. So far USD is kicking the ass of JPY, right? There's been this pullback happening right now, and I'm guessing that's because of the dump that's currently happening in the USD. So where's the USD? Where it is right there. All right. Okay, so the USD seems to be going up from, right? I mean, right here will have been the ideal part, but I don't like all of this mess. So I'll pick this spot, the 19th, all right, 17th right here. So, and then the pullback happens on the 23rd. So I'm guessing the pullback is even happening earlier than anticipated. So on the 19th, on this USD JPY, it seems not to even follow it. Literally does not follow it. So personally, for me, in regards to USD JPY, I won't even touch this. I won't touch this. And I'm guessing this is why we haven't touched this, because the data hasn't really backed it up. Right here, 22nd of September is when it started, rising. And if we look back at September right here, so basically what we are seeing is, if you look at the 15 years, right? Let me try to get the angle right. So the 15 year says it's going to rise from the 21st, while the 5 years shows it's going to rise from the 18th, right? And the 40 years just shows, 33 years just shows a pure dip. Now, I know people might have said, why don't I follow the 15 years chart? It's already showing it. The problem or the challenge with this is I cannot follow just one of the three charts, right? If one of the three charts seems to be doing what it's meant to do, and the other two are not doing it, I can't really quantify, when it's going to stop doing it or it's going to switch to the other chart. So in regards to that, I'm being very careful and very conservative with how I trade, because I'm okay with missing some opportunities, but I'm not okay with taking loss and risks that is not necessary. So from what I can see right here, it seems to follow the 15 years more. But I think they diverge on the 4th. Let's check what happened on the 4th right here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 4th right here, it diverged. That drop happened on the 30th instead of the 4th. So you can see what I'm saying. That there's a difference. There's now a divergence in the way that the market is happening between the 15 years and the current market prices. So therefore, what that means is you want it to be absolutely in sync with all three, so you can brace yourself before a change happens. Okay, so that literally sums it up for the asset people want to look at right now. So okay, in that case, JPY, you want me to look at JPY as a whole. Now, the main reason I won't want to spend too much time on JPY is because JPY right now is showing a buy, right? And if we look at the seasonality of JPY, what we can see is a sell. A sell is coming. And the small buy that we can see right here doesn't really mean anything. It looks too much like a consolidation to me than a buy. So what I know is these guys are literally trying to squeeze in as much as they can just to retain the JPY value at where it is, because currently right now, what's happening, I think JPY is getting his ass kicked by USD already. And let's see by Euro. got his ass kicked by Euro, by GBPs, getting kicked. So these guys are pumping money just to keep the asset afloat. But JPY is about to weaken. So if it's about to weaken, they'll have to pump a lot more money to keep it afloat. And I doubt the other guys like CAD, USD will sit down and watch them pump money while they're just sitting down not doing anything. And so in regards to that, that would be why I don't want to check JPY, because there's a disconnect between the seasonality and the COT report. Okay. That being said, let me move to Euro. Let's see what Euro is saying. See what Euro is saying right here, and maybe we can squeeze a trade. We can find a trade to squeeze in. Also, I want to talk about, I don't know, I think I might create a YouTube membership for you guys. I'm not sure yet, but I don't know how it's going to work. But I think YouTube has a membership program in which people can, join and have it every month. So if it's something that would be useful rather than being on the website, if it's something that's going to be useful for you, please let me know. I reckon I can create a YouTube channel that's going to be way, way, way more cheaper than the membership is going to be more cheaper than the website. So I can even make it as small as $9.99. So £9.99 every month. But the problem or the challenge with that would be some of the tools you won't have access to, but you have access to some other things, compared to if you had the membership directly on the website. So it's one thing I'm trying to do, maybe £10 every month, for a YouTube membership, to give you access to certain things that can help you trade further, or possibly I can be doing analysis during the week and be posting it onto YouTube, like just for the people that are members so they can rewatch. It's something I'm considering to do. So if it's something that you want me to do, please let me know. It's not going to be a signal service because I wouldn't be giving out signals. I mean, what I'm doing right here is analysis. I'm doing it with you so you can decipher, you can pick by yourself what you think will be the ideal trade for you in the week that's coming. And I think I'll continue that. But what I'll do is during the week, I'll do extra ones during the week, maybe on Mondays or Wednesdays while in market conditions. So you can also look at that and then use that to possibly mimic what I'm going to trade or make more sound decisions on what you're going to trade. So if it's something that you would like to see, please let me know. You can let me know in the chat right now or through email. You can actually email it to me, your ideas of what you think a YouTube membership should consist of, what you think you should have on YouTube that I can give to you on YouTube, or you can also drop it into the Telegram as a comment. I would definitely respond to you guys. So that being said, let's go back to Euro and look at what's happening. So Euro, they're taking out position from their long side, they're putting more position into their short. Now let's see if we have a short coming in Euro, we might be able to take that. And lo and behold, it looks beautiful. Euro looks as if it's about a dump. Now, the challenge here is the 5 years looks like a dump. 15 years look like a consolidation. 20 years looks like we might have a little bit of pullback, but a dump is meant to happen on Friday, 29th. All right, so what I can do right now is knowing that information, I know that people are going short on Euro. I can then look for all assets correlating to the Euro and look for which one seems to be the one that's about to fall. And then I can then look at the Williams to solidify that and start trading that asset. Simple as that, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to look to Euro and see if we can find a streak of dumping happening in the asset. So starting with Euro CHF, what we see is buy, sell, buy. I don't want that, it doesn't look good. So get out of that one. Euro JPY. I want to see ideally is a dump. So I have 2 days. Not good enough. 2 days is not good enough. I need more than that, especially when this is going to be a long-term move. So I want a good amount of size. So Euro can be the other one that we can trade for up until November, because Bitcoin that you have right now, you're possibly going to be holding that for a long time. So and gold, you should have exited gold. I mean, gold trade that we bought for a while is already exited. So So that case, we can replace the gold trade and trade actively euro this time around. Let me see what I can find here. So we have dump, dump, dump by. Does this continue? Seems to be okay. I can check. Now, this is the problem with euro. The 25th, I have that down coming, but then we might be in for a rocky ride till 29th before we have the proper dump. But with the euro USD, the 29th doesn't seem like a good day to sell, but 26th, 7 and 8 seems like an okay day to sell, which right here, 6, 7, 8 on the 5 years seems okay, but not okay on the 15 years and the 20 years. So this is one of them ones that is a super high risk. It looks very interesting to me. I won't lie to you guys. This looks very interesting for me to trade. But you see this consolidation right here. That's where the trap is. And this just sharp pullback right here. That's where the trap also is. So I'm going to look into the chart and see what I can find on the Euro USD. So on the Euro USD, what I can be proud of is, look, Williams seems to be dumping it. So which looks good for me personally. Now Euro might fall. It's already falling anyway, so it might fall further. Looking at this part, prices most likely want to retest this section right here, before the fall start happening. So come on the 26th, I want to see what price does around this place, and that would let me decide what I should do. Before I do that, though, I want to see if I can, no, I don't want this. I want that. Okay, beautiful. Just by putting in, what's it called? The PZ support and resistance, what I can see is Euro is already rejecting from this zone, which is good, but I want something within the green zone. So I'm going to fall back to like 4 hours and see if I can find something. I can find a red line right here, which is about 56 pips away. Let me see if I can find something on the 1 hour within that zone. There might be something that I might not, be looking at. Okay, right here seems to be okay within the 1 hour. It seems to be a very thick line as well. So yeah. So basically, when price gets somewhere around here, I should be looking for entry, but I would wait till this bottom right here before I actually go in. So that's about an extra 12 pips away from there. And if price then tends to reject, I will sell the Euro. Now, this is not for the beginner guys, man, because I ain't gonna lie to you, this doesn't really align that good for me. So I'm not going to take it, but I like what the probability looks like from Tuesday. So I will take it. I can risk it for the Friday, I can risk it for the Friday. And if so far I'm in at the good position, I wouldn't really need to mind about or bother about this section of the game. I might check BTC just one more time. I've already said it. Like, if you miss the entire move, the up move, let it go. And don't try to look for a sell within the buy. If the buy is in play, don't look for a sell. Just look for a buy. All you want to look for is a buy for now. Because what's going to happen right now, this is the mentality right now. A lot of people are seeing it going up. A lot of people are going to rush into it going up, right? A lot of people are going to buy more into it as it's going up. And what that will do is it will keep it going up and up and up and up and up. And you don't know when it's going to stop. That's the trick. When people feel like it's too overvalued, then the big guys will pull out the game, right? But from what I'm seeing right now, from the pattern of behavior, I don't see the big guys pulling out their asset anytime soon. So this is going to pump. It's going to set a new, I think it's already set a new high anyway. So it should break that high and keep going. There's a possibility of that happening. So if you look for a dump now, when people are buying into it, you're gonna end up losing or get trapped. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So Aslan, so right now I just say stay away from looking for a sell from it. I told you before the buy came into play, you should have been in the buy from a long time, from 25th of September. If you're in it till now, you've been in it for a month. So you're riding already good amount of money, which, all right. So that would be that one. We don't have that much time. So Euro would be Euro USD will most likely be a sell, but I'm not sure. I have to do more analysis in regards to that. We don't have that much time. So let me see. So you asked me to check BTC. Okay, my triple top. All right, triple top. Yeah, let me check the triple top. Wait, triple top here. Aslan, like right here. That's a far distance, bro. This is a daily chart. If we're looking for that, a desktop right here, that's gonna be a long time coming. No might as well not even look at it this week. You know.
I was talking about the 4-hour chart.
Oh, 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart.
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Oh
Yes,
yeah, right here. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, there's a possibility we'll do that at that zone. You know, I just want to be a little bit extra. I want to wait till somewhere around here if it gets there. I mean, what I can also do is load up the EMAs and see what's happening on the EMA. So 200 EMA has been keeping it down. So ideally, what I'm looking for is price going to the 50 EMA. Beautiful. 50 EMA is right there. I didn't even notice that. So, right. So what I'm looking for is price getting to somewhere around here. So, and that's where the 50 EMA is. So if I pull up the support and resistance one more time, and we look at that on a 4-hour time frame, on a 1-hour time frame. Come on. Like a few minutes. Right here on the right there might be where the 50 EMA is. Exactly. Look, that's exactly where the 50 EMA is. So what I would do is I'll just wait till around the 50 EMA for rejection, and then I'll take that down from that point. You know, that would be my ideal stuff. Yeah, 50 EMA aligns perfectly. So we have less than a minute. I'm just gonna quickly rush to see. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can squeeze it just the Bitcoin in. Just let me see if I can squeeze it in. I think I should be able to squeeze that in. It's exciting times. Good that we're making money. All right. Let me know about the YouTube membership, guys. Honestly, that's something I actually considered before I started this webinar. So 24th, funny enough, 23rd was shows when Bitcoin is going up. As you can see, Bitcoin might still have a long time to go. So I wouldn't dare, man. You know, I just let it be. You know, this is where we went in around here, and so far what we've seen is up to here. So what I want to see is this. I think this drop even happened. This drop right here happened as well. So, you know, we might get that up move coming. So that wraps it up for today's webinar, guys. I really appreciate you guys for turning up. Let me know what you think about a YouTube membership. The membership is going to be about, you know, $9.99. So £9.99, £10 every month, you know, but there'll be some things there that you might like. I might put out a questionnaire about it as well. So just to get an idea of it. Thank you, man. God bless you too, brother. All right, guys, I will catch you guys in the chat room. If you have any questions, let me know. And whatever you do, trade safe and make some good money. Peace out, guys. God bless you all. Take care. Yeah, take care, Aslan. We'll talk in the chat room.